Playing long slow bows on open strings is a fantastic way to warm up your bowing arm and to really focus on producing a warm, resonant and consistent sound. Just 1 minute of this every time you practice is like a good hearty breakfast. It gets you all set up for the day ahead. By removing distractions like pitch, rhythm, dynamics and articulation, you can fully concentrate on making a great sound. Every time you do this exercise, you'll be improving and consolidating your bowing action so that you can truly rely on it when you later add extra layers of complexity. Travel all the way from the heel of the bow to the very tip and back again. Always keep the bow moving, no stopping, no lifting. The sound should be as continuous and sustained as possible, so make the bow changes as smooth and imperceptible as you can. You can start on any string, but make sure you've played on all 4 strings as part of the routine. Ideally, spend an equal amount of time on each one. Always aim to be minimising tension in the right arm and hand, and keep your muscles as released as possible. Make sure that you're breathing freely and never holding your breath. Tension is our worst enemy when trying to make a beautiful sound on the violin. As well as listening to the sound, you can also look at the string to see if the vibrations are consistent throughout each bow stroke. You can see the vibrations clearly on the G, D and A strings, but they're much harder to see on the E string. Except during the bow changes, you should see the string vibrating in the same way throughout the stroke. It's also really useful to do this exercise whilst looking in the mirror. Check your overall posture and watch the various motions of your bowing arm. Relaxed right shoulder, upper arm movement in the lower half, forearm movement in the upper half, flexibility in the wrist and freedom of the fingers. Finally, try these long slow bows with your eyes closed. As well as improving the focus of your listening, this will also help to develop your muscle memory, your awareness of the bow length, and exactly how it feels to play at the heel and at the tip. Become really aware of how you need to compensate for the bow's uneven weight distribution in order to keep the sound totally consistent. Another great reason to do long slow bows on open strings every time we practice is that it helps us to avoid getting into bad habits, such as excess tension creeping in without us noticing, a tendency to crescendo on up bows and diminuendo on down bows, holding or restricting the flow of our breath, bumpy bow changes, the list goes on. By continuously monitoring our bowing action and resetting and refreshing it regularly, we can keep bad habits at bay and ensure our sound production is consistently beautiful and pure.